All right, Coach Rock, you've coached a lot of championship teams here in Gulf Shores, Stanford, Florida State. Now Cal Poly, what's special about the Mustangs?
I think we started this season as underdogs. You know, we came in, 18 or something like that. Now we're the dog. You know, we're the dog. We got the bullseye on our back, and we're super excited about that. We love that position, and we're definitely clicking up every week.
Absolutely, and you came out in the first round and were the dogs, swept Arizona State. What'd you like out of your team then that you want to see out of them now against Florida State?
You know, I think we had a little bit of a rough time at the Big West Championship. Now we're playing our best ball. And like we've been talking about all week, we don't have to be anybody special. We just have to be the team that they are, and we're going to have a great weekend.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Angela Rock will now go to the court. She's going to be coaching. Here's the lineup right now. Nicole, we've got 5 pairs heading to the sand, about to compete in 2 out of 3 set matches. The team that wins 3 of these courts first wins the duel, moves on to the semis to face USC later this afternoon.
Well, this was a close one. They just faced off not long ago, weeks ago. Coach Todd Rogers told me, look, it's going to be a dogfight out there, just like Angela Rock said. And intense.
Florida State has never lost to Cal Poly. They're 10-0 all time, but Nicole referring to April 12th when Florida State beat Cal Poly 3-2. This is the ones, Connor and Martinez on the right side of your screen for Cal Poly, Anderson and Durish on the left side for Florida State. The Cal Poly team, an AVCA Top Flight Award winner at the ones, first team All-Americans, and Anderson and Durish, a team that Brooke Niles has put together here for the postseason. They made the all-conference team in the CCSA. That's the conference that Florida State competes in beach volleyball. A big block by Connor. Connor from Maui. First team All-American, redshirted last year, but back full strength this year.
Take a look at this little footwork, down and up, those arms pressed over the net. That ball's not getting close.
And it's quick start for the Mustangs of Cal Poly as they lead 3-1 here to start this match at the ones. Florida State is one of 3 teams to play in every NCAA championship event. USC and UCLA being the other 2. They have really been the premier program in the East.
This is a pair that actually, when they met in that last meeting, April 12th, they did not play together. As I mentioned earlier, Florida State's had some injuries throughout the season, moving parts around, and 4 out of the 5 pairs were not together at that Cal Poly meetup. So this is a completely new matchup.
And Cal Poly taking advantage of that right now as Izzy Martinez will go back to serve. Martinez, a sophomore from California. Had a switch really flipped for her between last year and this year, where she believed she belonged out here, and she has responded massively. She had a fantastic freshman season last year, but still had to do a lot to get ready for this sophomore season, and she did. Actually, part of her preparation this year was training with Holly McPhee.
Well, I can't blame her. She is one of the best trainers out there and incredible player as well.
So again, if you're just joining us, in beach volleyball, they change sides every 7 points. After 21 total points have been played, they take a timeout. These are best of 3 set matches across the 5 courts. Whoever wins 3 of the courts first wins the duel. That's what the overall competition is called between these 2 teams. And that was out.
That was a close call. Yeah. I almost thought that might have tagged the last little centimeter of the line.
Florida State was very quick to call.
They were, and I would be too, helping the ref make that decision there. But
we have no electronic review in beach volleyball. You just have to
gotta look at the sand.
See where the sand says it landed. Anderson puts it up for Durish. And Durish with a strong finish. He's a sophomore from Venice, Florida. Florida State has always been known for its strength and conditioning program. She has really increased her vertical from her freshman to sophomore year. She played at the 5s last year. She's all the way up at the 1s this year. Anderson runs it down. Here's Durish. And Florida State coming back. They've tied the set at 5.
Well, Durish is a digging machine right there. Those last few plays, putting herself in the right spot. And Sam, it's one thing to dig a ball, but the other part is you got to be able to put it away, and that's exactly what she's capable of.
Connor finds the open court, side out Mustangs.
This Mustang team for Cal Poly, head coach Ted Rogers said there's a special team. So keep an eye as we watch them today. When they pass, they run a very quick, fast offense.
Durish over the block, saved. It is tough to get around Connor right now, number 2 in green, but they find a way, and that is Durish who wins that rally for the Seminoles.
And again, some clutch pickups. Maddie Anderson getting rid of it, going with that momentum.
Oh, what a beautiful shot. So much athleticism required to make that move.
And those decisions of knowing when's the right time to do it. And that's the elevated play that we've seen over the years. Has been a big improvement.
So again, all 5 courts are in action in the opening set. And that does hit the line, point Cal Poly. Cal Poly now with the lead here at the 1s. They also have the lead at the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, and the 5s. So Cal Poly is in the lead on every court right now in the early stages of these opening sets. Florida State, the number 4 seed, Cal Poly, the number 5 seed. But Todd Rogers, their head coach, said he feels like not only could this team win this duel, but he thinks they can win the national championship. That is just out.
Yeah, those are the unforced errors against a top team like Florida State that you really have to keep under control. Just put that in a good spot to give yourself another opportunity.
We move to the 2s now, left side of your screen. Cal Poly's Furch and Inskeep against Long and Hansen from Florida State. That is Anna Long hammering that for the Seminole point. Hansen and Long, a senior and a junior. And Furch and Inskeep, a junior and a freshman. Inskeep, number 77, a freshman. A lot of freshmen have made the starting lineups among the 17 teams that were here this year and have played impactful roles, not only getting in the lineup. How about that, Furch?
Look out, this is a pair, this 2 pairing I'm excited for. It's going to be a battle with these 2 teams. We've got one player on Florida State, Allie Hansen from Washington, and also one from Cal Poly, Piper Furch.
You know, Todd Rogers, their head coach, said Piper Furch could end up being the best player in the country if she wants it. He feels that strongly about her, number 16 in green, walking your way on the left. Furch.
Yeah, this has been a fun team to watch, and he said on the call, he's like, she's kind of a freak, but I mean that in a good way. She is so talented and athletic and does things out there. And for Todd Rogers to say he enjoys watching someone play, hey, I've got that highlighted right on my paper.
You know, we talked about Todd Rogers and as being the head coach, but he's an icon in beach volleyball as well. You know, Olympic gold medalist. His nickname is the Professor, International Volleyball Hall of Famer. So to have Todd Rogers and Angela Rock on the same staff is incredible. And that's one of the things, Nicole, that I love about this sport, is how many of you that were Olympians and Hall of Famers like to come back and teach it.
Yeah, and I was during that piece of Angela Rock, and there's head coach Todd Rogers. It really just says a lot about the sport and that you want to stay around it. It's so exciting, and not only the beach volleyball game side of things, but the part of the growth as these women, as they grow up as 18-year-olds and on, just being a part of that in their lives. And I think it's so incredible. And I just thought to myself, I hope they realize how fortunate they are to have these great minds and great people around them. And I think they do, and just soak it all in, because it's a special thing when you've got that kind of coaching staff.
Piper Furch, number 16 in green, said that Angela Rock's her spirit animal. Did you catch that?
Love that.
And that's her sending it over. Just out. Was it touched? No. Point Florida State. So again, we're in the opening set across all 5 courts right now. These first sets go to 21, win by 2. So do the second sets. If they were to split, they would play a third set to 15, win by 2 on any court that does split. Whoever wins 3 of these courts wins the duel and is rewarded with a matchup against the top-ranked Trojans later this afternoon on ESPN2.
All of these matchups tough.
We skip down to the 5s now, and this court again out along the shoreline of the Gulf of Mexico, so it's not as protected. So is the number 4 court, which is above this one at the top of your screen. As we get later and later in the day, the wind can really be a factor, especially on these courts. But right now, hey, there's the acai bowl.
They heard me.
Kraft and Maple.
They loving them.
Yeah.
I think the acai bowl truck over there had a line before it even opened yesterday, is from what I heard.
They did. Soul Bowls.
Chris Norman, yeah.
They're called, yeah. Big time. They're going to have to make sure they have those next year in California.
Maybe they'll make the road trip.
Caitlin Moon serving. And nice off speed by Abby Reinard. Reinard, a transfer from Houston Christian University, and is teamed up with Madison Nichols, who's back to serve. A lot of these pairs, you have a fiery one and a calm one. Well, Nichols, who's about to serve, she's the fiery of this pair, and Reinard is the one that has a little more calm. What were you? Were you fiery or calm?
I was definitely fiery. I think EY and I had a fiery combo. She was a bit more than me, so maybe I was the calm fiery.
So 21 points have been played. That's another feature of beach volleyball. After you've played 21 points in a set, you sit down and take a timeout, talk things over. Right now, all 5 courts remain in the opening set in this quarterfinal duel between the number 4 seed Florida State Seminoles and number 5 seed Cal Poly Mustangs. Plenty more beach volleyball to come. We invite you to spend a day at the beach with us. Well, back on April 14th, we at ESPN lost a dear friend and colleague, Jeff Holdsworth, at the age of 37. Over a 12-year career at ESPN, which included 5 Emmy Awards, Jeff's contributions extended across a myriad of sports, including the very one you're watching right now, beach volleyball. He was an integral part in building the scoring system that you see on the screen. They make sure you, the viewer, could easily follow along with the action at home. He is survived by his wife, Jess, who he is pictured here with, working these championships. They worked together here back in 2018. He will be dearly missed by all those who knew him, but will never be forgotten. Back to beach volleyball, where all 5 courts are in action. We're getting deeper and deeper in the first set across all 5 courts in these best of 3 set matches. We go to the ones. And this is tight. Has been from the very beginning. Connor and Martinez on the right side of your screen for Cal Poly. Florida State is on the left side. That serve just goes out. And Connor and Martinez extend their lead to 2 as Connor will go back to serve. Connor, first team All-American this year. Nice dig. And again, another smart shot. Anderson with such high beach volleyball IQ to recognize what was open.
Well, she has so much experience. She's been here before, knows what it takes to play at this position.
1 point lead for the Mustangs at the ones. Martinez serving right at you, and we bring in the 3s on the right side of your screen, where Perry and Sparks are up 18-9 against Koenig and White. So opening sets getting close to finishing on both of these courts. Remember, we're going to 21, win by 2 in the first set. Connor Martinez, the ones for Cal Poly up. Perry and Sparks, the 3s for Cal Poly up against Koenig and White. Koenig, number 40 on the right side of your screen, who's attacking. She's the co-ACC Player of the Year for the indoor team, and is a fantastic beach player as well. Connor, did she get the line on the left side? No, it was wide. We're tied at 17 at the ones. And at the threes, Perry and Sparks with an 8-point lead for Cal Poly.
Well, Cal Poly has come out and, as USC did this morning, set the tone. They're also coming in with that same drive and powerful play from the beginning.
Cal Poly takes the 1-point lead. They'll change sides at the ones. Look to the right side of your screen, and Sparks with the kill to give Cal Poly a 19-10 lead. And the Mustangs 2 points away from claiming the opening set. We haven't had a first set finish yet across all 5 courts. Boom! Audrey Koenig unleashes.
Well, she is just an incredible player. She can change matches out there with her play coming in. I mean, that was a thump.
And then Durish responds on the left side of your screen. It is tight at the ones. The threes of Cal Poly still with a pretty good lead here to try to close out the set. Again, both these matches going to 21, win by 2 in this first set. And it is now set point for Cal Poly at the threes on the right side of your screen. Ravis still alive on the left. Set point on the right. That is out, and Cal Poly is just taking the first set at the threes on the right side of your screen. And a kill delivered by Florida State's Anderson gives the Seminoles a 1-point advantage here deep in this opening set.
Well, this is a pair that Brooke Lucena said wasn't originally to have these players together for FSU, but they played together in the fall and they just really enjoyed playing together. It worked out well.
It's picking on the twos right now. Furchaninsky trying to wrap up this opening set, but Long cuts the deficit to 4 for Florida State. Only one first set has finished. That was Cal Poly winning at the threes. This team for Cal Poly, top flight award winners at the twos, as well as All-Americans. So when you're a top flight award winner in this sport, it means you're among the best in the country at that court.
Well, I love that from Erin Inskeep. That is one of the 3 freshmen that head coach Todd Rogers of Cal Poly said, look, I knew we were going to be better than last year. I knew we were going to be good, but having these freshmen in the lineup right away has exceeded his expectations. And with them, we're even better.
Set point Cal Poly. Inskeep, number 77, that freshman you're talking about, second team All-American in her freshman year. Cal Poly on the right, Florida State on the left. Set point saved for the moment. Still 4 more to work with for Cal Poly. Cal Poly has won the most duels in program history, 30-6 coming into this matchup with Florida State. Florida State 31-7. Still set point for Cal Poly. And that serve is an ace, back of the line. You can see the ball mark.
And Florida State, they've, like I said, they have been here. I know these are new players, new teams, but they know what it takes. They have that legacy as well within their program, and you've got to follow that ball all the way to the line, especially against these top teams.
And see if they can catch the Mustangs here. Still set point remains for Cal Poly. And it's over. Perch delivers the final kill, and Florida State surrenders another opening set. So Cal Poly has won the first set at the twos and the threes. 19 all here. The ones. Winner of this next point will have a set point, and the service error gives Florida State the set point. Durish looking to serve. Sophomore from Venice, Florida. Here last year with McKenna Wolf at the fives. And it's win by 2 from here on out as Connor ties the score at 20. rally. Anderson to the corner. Good. Set point Florida State.
Well, Anderson knows if I get that opportunity and another chance to put it away, I've got to capitalize on it. And that's exactly what she did to give them one up here against Cal Poly.
Anderson from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Three-time All-American. Set point FSU on the right side of your screen. And they do it. The Seminoles claim their opening set here at the ones, and it's also the first opening set that Florida State has won. Cal Poly took the first set at the 2s, 3s. Florida State at the 1s. Here at the 4s. Florida State close to getting another first set, though that attack by Chacon just long. So the 4s now will change sides. There's Angela Rock on the left, or now on the right, walking with her team, her pair.
She got AVCA Assistant Coach of the Year. Well deserved. She has really touched so many programs.
Going to bring in the 5s as well. Florida State looking good on both these courts for the moment, but it's still close. Going to 21, win by 2 on both courts for the first set. That was Moon that just served on the right side, and the rally ends on the left side of the court. And the Mustangs close the gap to 2. This 5 pair on the right side, Florida State was down 5-0 to start this set, and they've come back to take the 1-point lead. Nichols serving for Cal Poly. Truslow going without the sunglasses. Moon. Good block by the Mustangs. Reiner keeps it alive. And a physical point, and it's Truslow who puts it away to give Florida State set point.
Well, Truslow was moving all over. She was on the left side of the court, and then she sees and reads that short shot on the right side and makes her way there. Her hustle and determination really paid off. And then it's just about clearing that block and finding it.
Truslow, a freshman from Liberty Hill, Texas, a 4th-generation member of her family to play NCAA sports. Goes all the way back to her grandfather at the Naval Academy. A whistle blew, and the point given to Cal Poly. Couldn't get a good look at what that call was, but Florida State's going to take a timeout now because it's just a 1-point lead for the Seminoles. They will have a set point, but they want to be on the same page to try to get this next point. Here's where we stand right now. Again, you have to win 3 of these 5 courts to win the duel. And courts 2 and 3 are into the second set. Teams that are highlighted in yellow means they have won the set. Florida State taking the set at the 1s. Cal Poly taking the set at the 2s and 3s. And let's go to Maddie now, who's watching the 4s.
Cal Poly just called a timeout here on the 4s. They're down by 2. Game plan right now, if you're going to serve short, she doesn't look like she went for it, but front the attacker, set the block early, and watch for the on-2. It's been really scrappy. But right now, Cal Poly is on a little bit of a run with the momentum, and the timeout didn't seem to work to shut down Florida State.
Well, and that's what you want to do in that timeout, but being able to bounce out of that and take care of business, that's the mental game playing and in effect. This is what, sorry, Sam, but Todd Rogers said his team is capable of. They can get down, but then they can go on some runs and really take care of business.
Piper Ness blocked. And is stuffed by Morgan Chacon. Set point Florida State.
You can see the players taking a little bit slow walk back there, take a breath.
Florida State has a set point at the 4s and 5s right now. They won a set earlier at the 1s. Walter kept up by Chacon Gurman. Piper Ness, and Ness terminates down the line 20-19. It is the same score at the fives as well. They're in the middle of the rally. Florida State, bottom of your screen, with a chance to win the set. Not going to happen. Win by 2 from here on out at the fives for the first set. Look over to the left now as Florida State has a set point. It's Cal Poly serving. Logan Walter, the freshman from San Mateo, California, getting the signal from Ness. Florida State claims the set at the fours.
Well, that was a nice over-the-top hit on the block. Florida State on that left side of the screen, just handling it. And as both coaches I talked to this morning, they both said the same thing, Sam. They said it's going to be a dogfight, and that's exactly what this is. These two teams battle it out. The staffs know each other well.
Set point here at the fives for Cal Poly. Cal Poly, top of your screen. That's Florida State setting the ball and attacking. Oh, what a swing right down the middle goes Nichols. And the Mustangs, after surrendering a 5-0 lead to start the set, come back to win it 22-20.
Well, right here makes the dig. Florida State goes back on that 2-down defense, which means 2 players are back trying to defend, and Cal Poly attacks that middle right in between them. That is a smart, aggressive swing.
So here's where we stand right now. Cal Poly won the opening set at the 2s, the 3s, and the 5s. Florida State with the opening set at the 1s and the 4s in these 2 out of 3 set matches. The winner moves on, gets to stay a little longer here in beautiful Gulf Shores, Alabama. Well, the next stop on the F1 schedule is the 3rd annual Crypto.com Miami Grand Prix at the Miami International Autodrome at Hard Rock Stadium. Our coverage will begin tomorrow, Sunday, 3:30 Eastern Time with Grand Prix Sunday, and the race will start at 4 Eastern on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus. Right now, all 5 courts in action. Cal Poly and Florida State. Florida State, the number 4 seed. Cal Poly, the number 5 seed. These are 2 out of 3 set matches. Whoever wins 3 of them first wins the duel and moves to the semifinals of this championship to face USC, who won earlier today over LMU. We go back to the 2s, Nicole, and Furch and Inskeep won the first set. It's tight again here in the second. Long attacking. That's Hansen who kept it in play. Now Hansen will attack. Oh, what a save. Did she get it?
I think she did.
Yes, she did.
Wow.
It's in.
Erin Inskeep with the bump kill. And let me tell you, I've played in some fours competitions against her on the sand. She has been on the beach since she is a child, growing up near the beach, playing as much as she can. And that right there, that's just some old school volleyball move.
Hermosa Beach, California is where she's from, just a freshman. A business major at Cal Poly. Conversation there with Furch. And the up judge, actually, she's just getting her sunglasses cleaned off.
Well, and Inskeep's one of the freshmen. Todd had said, hey, I didn't expect her to be in this position, but she was out there at practices beating everyone, and we just had to put her in this spot, and it has worked out really well. He is thrilled with her play this season.
Her teammate Furch with the big block. And Inskeep will go back to serve. It's the last point.
Nice net play, aggressive, not 1 block, but 2. Soft touch on the first one, and does that little side step to put herself in a good position.
Hansen setting long, blocked. It's still up, and Cal Poly ends up winning that rally.
Well, and Piper Furch, she has such a huge jump. She is getting up there, her hands and elbow's not over, but the key is the hands. I love how her hands are over the net and really pressing over and down. And that's why the ball is just dropping so short there on the court.
If they win today, Furch and Inskeep, they would set a record, single season record for most wins by a pair. It would be their 30th. No other pair in Cal Poly history has ever won 30 duels. And they will change sides, actually sit down now, 13-8 Cal Poly with the advantage there. We go back up to the ones. Connor and Martinez lost a heartbreaker for Cal Poly to Anderson and Durish, and it's 10-all here in the second in these 2 out of 3 set matches. This set goes to 21, win by 2 as well. If we split sets, we would play a third to 15, win by 2. And they will sit down after the 21 points with Anderson and Durish up a point. So here's where we stand, Nicole. Now you have a very good feeling about this Cal Poly team.
I mean, they came out strong. They're up in those first sets, 3 of them. It's about how is Florida State going to bounce back in those 3 that they lost, and can they push them to get to those third sets? Because as you mentioned, you need 3 dual points on the board to clinch it, but Florida State's capable, that's for sure. I think Cal Poly, they've had their partners together a little bit longer, a little bit more time than Florida State's lineup, and I'm wondering how much that will play into things here.
Well, we go to the threes. It's Florida State on the left side of your screen, Cal Poly on the right. And this has been all Cal Poly, Perry and Sparks, as they extend their lead to 17-9. Perry and Sparks, AVCA Top Flight Award winners at the threes, one of the best threes in the nation. Trojans checking out the action. They will play the winner of this in the semis later this afternoon. There's a service error by Sparks.
Lindsey Sparks with the service error, but that's one of the pivotal transfers Coach Todd Rogers mentioned he brought in. She was a transfer from UCLA, which we've been talking about, one of the only 2 teams to ever win this championship. So bringing in that championship mentality has been a nice piece for this team this season.
And she was on those national championship teams from UCLA, so she really brings that championship mentality to the Cal Poly team, number 23 in green. Sister Emily plays at Long Beach State. A lot of sisters.
Yeah, a lot of Pepper partners
teams. Yeah.
growing up out here.
Absolutely.
But having this pair for Cal Poly, grad year and then freshman year, having that experience with the veteran and then the younger player. A lot of coaches do that. Some start off that way and they mix it up, but really nice to learn from someone who's been there before and can share their experiences and tips of how to manage being a student athlete and a high-level athlete on the court.
And that is the freshman that just got that block, Quinn Perry. Here are the sisters playing in the field this year, and 2 of these pairs are actually twins. Look at all 6 pairs.
Come on, you can.
What a nice touch. Not the most conventional thing you'll see,
Hey,
but you know what? I heard her partner say, come on, you can. And sometimes those are the last minute things we need from our partner, and she just got it deep with a flat shot, kind of like a knuckleball in baseball, but goes up and she just makes it work. That was like a float serve coming in hot.
Well, Todd Rogers said he put this pair together at first just to give Perry some experience playing with a mentor like Sparks, and they ended up being so good together he just couldn't separate them. And now Cal Poly with a match point to give us the first point of the duel. Florida State in trouble here at the threes, and that serve will end it. Perry and Sparks with a convincing win at the threes, and they give the Mustangs, the number 5 seeds, the first point of this duel.
Well, this 3 pair here for Cal Poly has been solid for them and really doing a nice job. They have a good combination together and played very smooth and dominant today.
One of the best 3 pairs in the country. The NCAA Beach Volleyball Championship, the actual championship duel, will continue tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. The championship duel on ESPN tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. For more information on the NCAA Beach Volleyball Championship, visit NCAA.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships. So these 2 are going with the ice towel, going to chill out a little bit. They'll be back against USC if their team can win this duel. If not, their season is over. That's the thing. When you're that first team off, you have no idea what's going to happen.
No, you don't. And you got to cool down real quick. You saw the ice towel, and it's heating up out here, humid. So keeping that body temperature down is really important as they recover. And I'm going to guess they're going to hustle on over to one of these other courts and start cheering loud for their fellow Mustangs.
Again, you have to win 3 of the courts to win the duel. Cal Poly is up 1-0, and they're looking good right now at the 2s. Furch and Inskeep have now extended their lead to 18-11, so we are close to possibly having a 2-0 lead for Cal Poly. Every court worth a point. You have to win 3 courts to win the duel. Cal Poly up 1-0. And big swing by Long.
And that was a huge swing right by the block in that angle. Probably the only thing she was given her, and she finds it.
Hansen back to serve, the senior from Washington, transferred in from Grand Canyon. Has been a part of this tournament with the Lopes, and now here with the Seminoles. Grand Canyon unfortunately didn't make the field this year. Cross-court attack is good by Inskeep. And suddenly the Mustangs are 2 points away from a 2-0 lead.
Well, their service pressure has been incredible. They're getting Florida State in trouble in the side-out game, and their Cal Poly's steady side-out game, they're not making a lot of errors. They're putting it away, and when they get those transition opportunities, digging the ball, they're scoring. Or, you know what, just take an ace right off the top of the net.
A heartbreaker for Florida State as they were back and that ball dribbled over for the ace. It is match point at the 2s for Cal Poly. And if they can hang on here, a commanding 2-0 lead in the duel would mean they need to win 1 more of the remaining 3 courts in action. Another good dig by Inskeep. It is so tough to put it down on this Mustang pair. Inskeep will send it. And that is it. How about the Mustangs in that rally to wrap up this match and take a 2-0 lead in the duel?
Well, I'm sorry about your arm. I kept poking it like, oh my gosh, another one up, another one. Wow, what incredible play from Erin Inskeep here of Cal Poly. Gritty, athletic moves to keep the ball alive for her team, and Piper Furch running that ball down. That was kind of an aggressive free ball, but it works. Sets that one up for Furch to go over and score that final point. And wow, that team is playing well. They are here, ready to go and move very well on the court.
So the overall story is Cal Poly is up 2-0. There are 3 matches still in action. Florida State has to win all 3 of them. Cal Poly only needs to win 1 more across the 3 that are still in action. And this one has been tight ever since it started at the 1s.
And a nice tool from Izzy Martinez of Cal Poly off that big block. Maddie Anderson puts up quite a presence at the net, but I love that she's going up with that aggressive swing and not scared of it.
So they're on the sit down right now. 17-16 Cal Poly in the lead, but the 5s, very interesting right now, Nicole, because Cal Poly won the first set. They have a 12-5 lead here in the second. Remember, all these second sets going to 21, win by 2. If they can hang on here, Cal Poly at the top of your screen, Reinhardt and Nichols, duel's over. It could be settled at the 5s.
Well, Cal Poly is, look at that lead right now, 12-5, and that's the thing with keep that side-out game going and stay patient on defense. When you get those opportunities, put it away, but keep up their steady, calm play that they've been showing throughout this morning.
This was a court, though, where Cal Poly led 5-0 to start the first set and almost surrendered that opening set. Truslow and Moon are obviously going to keep fighting. Kylie Truslow, a freshman on the CCSA beach volleyball all-freshman team. She was a highly rated recruit for Brooke Niles-Lucena.
Well, and this Florida State pairing had some huge wins as a pair over Stanford, number 3 at the time, Cal, number 6, number 8, LSU.
The atmosphere is intense on this court as the Mustangs, most of their team, have come down. You see them on the left side of the screen. They are hoping that this is the clinching court to put them in the semis. 3 courts remaining in action. Florida State has to win all 3 of them. Cal Poly just needs 1 more win. Moon puts it down. Point Florida State.
Beautiful high line, and that ball had some major spin on it, bringing it down to the sand much quicker. A nice smooth transition play for Florida State, coming in strong on the attack every single time, holding the Cal Poly defense.
Moon, senior from Fair Oaks Ranch, Texas, pushes that serve a little long. Her sister plays at Florida Atlantic. Another beach volleyball sister pair, but on this walk-in talk, they're going to sit down after the 21 points. And Cal Poly has doubled up the score on this court. If they hang on, they will win the duel here from the 5s. Here's where we stand. 3 courts in action. The 1s, 4s, and 5s still playing. Cal Poly has secured the victory at the 2s and 3s.
Well, and for Florida State right now, in that pair we just saw, number 5, finding that balance of a tough serve to get them back in the match would be huge. But Cal Poly is really playing well, smooth. From when we've gone to all these different pairings, they have a good flow going and a good energy.
Peeking on the 1s right now, because Anderson and Duras for Florida State on the left side of your screen are mathematically close to giving Florida State its first point in the duel if they can get by Connor and Martinez. And at the 4s right now, Chacon and Gurman are actually leading for Florida State against Cal Poly. So it's not over. You look at that 2-0 score and you think,
can
it's
switch
over.
the tide.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this sport. And big block by Anderson.
Oh yeah, love that. Maddie Anderson, huge. And that's the time to do it. When it's 18-all, you go up and you get that huge block for your team. Energy, momentum shift. Cal Poly calling that timeout, hoping to stop it right now and have a little breather as they make Florida State think about their serve a little more.
Go back to the 5s, because as dramatic as things could be, if this pair for Cal Poly can hold on, it's over. They're up 14-7 right now. The 4s, which are up to the top of your screen playing, Florida State has the lead 13-8 there. 3 matches in action. And that just drifts out.
Yeah, you can see the ball mark actually from our screen, but Florida State asking the ref to take another look.
Yeah,
and the head ref.
Trusso was saying it was in, number 11 for Florida State.
And it only has to touch a fraction of the line. Not the whole thing, but just touch it. And in these beautiful sands, those ball marks you can see.
Yeah, it looks like, to me, it looks like it just went wide.
It's hard to tell. That mark is a little bit deceiving if it hit the side of the, well, it looks like Florida State balls, so that was in.
The call was reversed. That's why you heard that huge cheer. You see a lot of the Seminoles up on the right side of your screen, along with the Cal Poly team. All the teams have come down that aren't playing to this court because it could determine the entire duel.
Well, just take a look at that jump set the next time Cal Poly does that. That's not something you see out here from a lot of teams. So that's some serious hand setting.
Nichols serving. Nichols up out of the sand, attacks and scores. And Madison, I know you're down there. Quite an atmosphere right now, isn't it?
It absolutely is, and this is one of the best parts about the Beach Volleyball National Championship, and one of the most unique parts about the sport is whenever the match, the duel is coming to an end, everyone starts to meander towards the court that they think it's going to end on, and right now it's at the 5s. And it's really cool because it just adds pressure. Every single person that comes over here to cheer and to watch just adds continual pressure to the court.
Ace off the top of the net by Maddie Nichols.
Maddie Nichols took that big heater she just hit in transition and brought it to the service line. And she is on fire right now.
Nicole, when you're out there as one of these players, do you want everybody on your court? Or you
Absolutely. Love the crowd, love the energy. I mean, personally as a player, I fed off of that, and I think they absolutely do.
Nichols serving. And to borrow a golf terminology, she had a little too much club on that serve. Too pumped up.
Right now, they just need to stay steady with their side-out game for Cal Poly.
Moon trying to start a comeback for Florida State. The entire duel could be settled here, and she hits the serve out. Also long.
Well, Florida State knows, I mean, they're down by quite a bit. They've got to let it loose right now, no matter what. No regrets, and part of it is going for it from the line.
Remember, Florida State 10-0 lifetime against Cal Poly. Cal Poly on the verge of its first ever win against the Seminoles. Not yet, though. Truslow picks up another point for Florida State. 18-10. We talked about Angela Rock as an assistant for Cal Poly. Nick Lucena there, who was walking his Florida State team in the sunglasses and black hat, an Olympian and world champion as a beach volleyball player, husband of head coach Brooke Niles Lucena.
That's right, and he's been a great addition to the program. Brings a lot of energy, knowledge, passionate player himself.
We have 3 boys, Gunner, Cole, and Ryder. Truslow over the block. Point Florida State.
Truslow is one of those players that's been on the beach a long time. Scrappy. She's got great range and good shots, and she's been showing that high line is a go-to for her, and it's been working well.
Truslow, a very good wind player. Grew up in the wind in Texas, she said. This is one of the trademarks of this venue, how windy it can be. Truslow again, nice shot. Good defense, though, by Reinard. Cal Poly with another point as they are closing in on their first ever win against Florida State.
And that was an impressive fadeaway cut shot. We don't just have those in basketball, but she's proven here that we bring them to the sand.
You're obsessed with the fadeaway.
I am.
Kyrie last
I
night.
know.
Truslow defending this serve from Nichols. Ace by Maddie Nichols. And it is match point of the fives, dual point overall.
Not only the players, but a lot of those parents, Cal Poly, are over there hooting and hollering. I just saw them. They are fired up. And this is what Todd Rogers was telling us, that this team is capable of greatness.
Nichols the fire in this pair. Nichols keeps it alive. Truslow puts it up for Moon. That high up into the wind. One of the longer rallies in this match. And remember, it's match point. Florida State lives to play another point, but it remains match point of the fives and dual point overall for Cal Poly.
Well, I think that's what Florida State has shown us year after year. They're very scrappy, and they get balls up. They do not go down without a fight.
One of 3 teams to appear in every championship, the undisputed best team of the East. And it is all coming down to this next point for Florida State. Caitlin Moon ready to serve. Serve is out, and Cal Poly has just upset Florida State. The 5 seed taking out the 4 seed, and it is the first win in program history against Florida State for Cal Poly. So the professor, Todd Rogers, as he is affectionately known, figured out a way to get the job done.
They did, and they did it at the right time. This is exactly where you want to get that upset and be peaking and playing your best. And like we talked about, Sam, when we had that call with head coach Todd Rogers, he knew this is a special team. He knew they would be good, but with those pivotal transfers and young freshmen stepping in, they were better. And they just proved today that they are ready for the challenge ahead.
So the Cal Poly Mustangs moving on to the NCAA semifinals for the first time in program history. And Cal Poly will face the Trojans of USC later this afternoon in that semifinal duel.
And it's enjoy it right now if you're Cal Poly while you can. Have a few minutes to celebrate, and then it's go time to focus on that next tough matchup against the #1 team in the country.
So USC and Cal Poly become our first semifinal pairing here at the NCAA Beach Volleyball Championship. That is scheduled for 2 Eastern on ESPN2, but we still have 2 more quarterfinals to get through, and they will be blockbusters as well. Coming up next is UCLA, one of the other teams other than USC that has won this title, against the Cal Golden Bears, who are here for the 3rd straight year. But what a milestone moment for Cal Poly to get that first win over Florida State and make the semis here for the first time. And we're going to go now to Maddie, who's in the sand with the winning pair, the 5s, Abby Reinert and Maddie Nichols.
Cal Poly's first ever win against Florida State. That's so momentous, and it came down to your court. Can you just describe the feeling as everyone was starting to come over to your court and you knew it was coming down to you?
I felt so confident in my partner and I just feel like if we balled out, we were going to win the game.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
We found the right combination of our mental game and having like the urgency and intensity, but still staying calm and like just trusting in each other. So we found that balance, and we really did trust each other that game. Believe that we could win. Yeah.
You advanced to the semifinals against USC. What's up next? What's the agenda for the rest of the day? You've got a couple hours.
Well, we're going to go back to the hotel, eat a little bit, and get ready for our next game. And yeah.
We're going to mentally prepare, do some scouting, and I feel ready.
Yeah.
I'm confident going in.
You've got the opportunity to take down #1. What's the mindset collectively as a team?
Just staying calm and aggressive and believing in one another. Like not just my partner, but the whole team as a unit.
Yeah. And also trusting that we are enough as a team to win. And all the hard work we put in this season, it's enough, and we can do it. So, yep.
Absolutely. Good luck in the semis.
Thank you so much.
So Cal Poly giving us our first massive moment here of this quarterfinal day as they knock out the #4 seed Florida State Seminoles. Coming up, UCLA and Cal, an all West Coast battle here on the Gulf of Mexico shores.